Glory, history, and why they're still the greatest club on earth. 14 Champions League trophies. More trophies than most clubs have years of history. A stadium that roars louder than a thunderstorm. And a name that every single football fan on the planet knows. Real Madrid. If you've ever watched football, you've heard that name said with awe, with envy, with admiration, maybe even with a little bit of fear. But how did a football club from the Spanish capital become the most decorated club? What's the DNA that makes them keep winning, decade after decade, generation after generation? That's exactly what we're going to explore today. I'm going to take you through the history, the culture, the legends, the controversy, and why, even in 2024, Real Madrid are still the team every other club is chasing. Stay with me. This one's going to be good. Let's go back to the very beginning. The year is 1902. Spain is a country still finding its footing on the world stage. And a group of football-mad young men, many of them students and professionals, decided to form a football club in Madrid. They called it Madrid Football Club, simple, honest, and completely unaware of what they were building. But here's the thing that sets Real Madrid apart: ambition. From day one, there was this relentless belief that they weren't just playing football, they were doing something bigger. Building something bigger. In 1920, King Alfonso XIII granted the club the title Real, which means royal in Spanish. Suddenly, this wasn't just a football club, it was a royal institution. And the crown in the badge? That's not just decoration, that's heritage, that's identity, that's 100 years of history stitched into every kit. But the real story, the moment Real Madrid stopped being a good club and became a legendary club, that happened in the 1950s. And it all started with one man, Santiago Bernabéu, the president, the visionary, the man the stadium is named after, had a dream. He wanted Real Madrid to dominate not just Spain, but all of Europe. So he went out and signed Alfredo Di Stéfano. Now, if you're not familiar with Di Stéfano, let me paint you a picture. Imagine a player who could do everything. Score goals, create goals, drop deep and control the game, press, defend, inspire. Sound familiar? Before Messi, before Ronaldo, before Zidane, there was Di Stéfano, the original complete footballer. And with Di Stéfano leading the line alongside legends like Ferenc Puskás, Francisco Gento, and Raymond Kopa, Real Madrid won the European Cup 5 consecutive times. 1956, 1957, 1958, 1959, 1960, 5 in a row. Nobody has done it before. Nobody has done it since. The 1960 final against Eintracht Frankfurt is still considered by many to be the greatest club game ever played. Real Madrid won 7-3 at Hampden Park in front of 127,000 people. Di Stéfano scored 3, Puskás scored 4. 4 goals in a European Cup final. It's almost impossible to believe, and yet it happened. That's Real Madrid. That era set the template. Galactic talent, total commitment, winning as a culture, not just an ambition. Fast forward to the year 2000. Real Madrid have just been named the FIFA Club of the Century. But their president, Florentino Perez, isn't resting on those laurels. He has a plan, a very, very expensive plan. The concept was simple and absolutely outrageous at the same time. Sign the best player in the world every single summer. Give the fans galactic stars. Build a team of icons. They called them the Galácticos. First came Luis Figo, poached directly from rivals Barcelona in one of the most controversial transfers in football history. Then Zinedine Zidane for a then world record fee. Then Ronaldo, the Brazilian one, the phenomenon, the man with the most famous haircut in football. Then David Beckham, then Michael Owen. The squad read like a fantasy football team. And Zidane, oh Zidane. If you want one moment that encapsulates this era, it's the 2002 Champions League final. Real Madrid versus Bayer Leverkusen. The game is level. A cross comes in from the left. Zidane takes it on his weaker foot, a left-footed volley from the edge of the box. It flies into the top corner. It is objectively one of the most beautiful goals ever scored. in a Champions League final. That's just what Real Madrid do. Now, the Galácticos era wasn't perfect. The league titles were inconsistent. Some seasons were genuinely disappointing. Critics said the project was all glamour, no graft. And they had a point. But here's what those critics missed. Real Madrid were building something beyond just trophies. They were building the most recognizable brand in football. A global fan base that now stretches from Madrid to Manila, from London to Lagos. That matters. And it still matters today. Now let's talk about the thing Real Madrid are most famous for in the modern era. Their absolute, almost supernatural dominance of the Champions League. Between 2014 and 2018, Real Madrid won 4 Champions League titles in 5 years. 4. In 5 years. That included 3 consecutive titles, 2016, 2017, 2018. Something no club had ever done in the modern Champions League era. A hat-trick of European Cups in a row. The core of those teams? Cristiano Ronaldo, arguably the greatest goalscorer the sport has ever seen. Luka Modrić, the midfield maestro who won the Ballon d'Or in 2018 when the world finally stopped assuming it was Ronaldo's or Messi's to win. Sergio Ramos, the leader, the warrior, the man you'd want beside you in any battle. Karim Benzema, Gareth Bale, Toni Kroos, Casemiro. That team had everything. Stars, fighters, a manager in Zinedine Zidane. Yes, as a coach now who somehow created a culture of calm in the eye of a storm. And then there's 2022, the Champions League run that defied every law of football logic. Down against Paris Saint-Germain, Benzema hat-trick. Down against Chelsea comeback, down against Manchester City in the semi-finals with literally seconds left, Rodrigo heads in. Extra time, Benzema penalty. They beat Liverpool in the final. 4 times they were on the edge of elimination. 4 times they found a way. Sports commentators ran out of words. Fans lost their minds. The Bernabéu became some kind of mystical arena where logic simply doesn't apply. Is it luck? Is it something in the water? Is it just that this club has lived in these moments for so long, they're not afraid of them anymore? I think it's all 3. And honestly, that's what makes them special. But there's something beneath the trophies and the transfer fees that often goes unspoken. And it's this. Real Madrid have a culture of winning that gets passed down like a tradition. It starts in La Fábrica, the club's famous youth academy. Players like Raúl, Iker Casillas, and more recently players like Dani Carvajal learn not just how to play football there, but how to play for Real Madrid. What it means, what it demands. There's an expectation that you show up, that you perform in big moments, that you never accept second place as inevitable. Managers come and go, players come and go, but that culture, that identity, it stays, it transfers, it produces. And I think that's the real secret weapon. No club in world football has this level of institutional memory, this understanding of how to win built over 120 plus years. So what about now? What about the Real Madrid of today? They just opened the most spectacular stadium renovation in football history. The new Bernabéu is a $900 million retractable roof, year-round entertainment venue that looks like it was designed by someone who watched too many sci-fi films. And I say that as an absolute compliment. On the pitch, they have Jude Bellingham, the English midfielder who arrived from Dortmund and immediately started scoring Champions League goals like he'd been doing it his whole career. They have Vinicius Jr. fast, creative, fearless, and one of the most exciting players in world football right now. Rodrigo, Valverde, Militao. This isn't a team in decline. This is a team building towards another golden era. And if their history tells us anything at all, it's that you should probably bet on them. The new Bernabéu might even be hosting a Champions League final in the coming years. Imagine the atmosphere in that stadium for a night like that. The hair on the back of your neck would never recover. So there you have it. Real Madrid. From a group of students kicking a ball around Madrid in 1902 to the most successful football club in the history of the game. What they've built is extraordinary. Not because it was handed to them. Not because they got lucky once. but because they created a culture, an identity, a DNA that just keeps producing greatness. 14 Champions Leagues, 36 La Liga titles, a global fan base of 500 million people, a new stadium that looks like it was dropped from outer space, and somehow they're still hungry for more. If you made it to the end of this video, I genuinely appreciate you. It means you love football as much as I do, or at the very least, you find it absolutely fascinating. And that's why I make these videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Seriously, hit that subscribe button right now. It's free, it takes 2 seconds, and every week I go deep into the stories, the clubs, the legends that made football the greatest sport in the world. Real Madrid today, Barcelona next week, maybe the full story of Cristiano Ronaldo, the rise of Erling Haaland? You tell me, drop a comment below with the club or player you want me to cover next. I read every single one. Like this video, if you enjoyed it, helps more football fans find the channel, and that means we can keep making content like this. And until next time, keep watching, keep learning, and never, ever stop loving the beautiful game. See you in the next one. Hala Madrid!